reacting to my first ever MMA fight. But hold on, before jumping in, because I already know you're trying to do that, there's a couple things you need to know. First, drop a like, because John Jones said it best.
Pray for my opponents before the fight. What we do for a living is a little taboo. There's not many who have the courage to go in there and be so vulnerable. Knocked unconscious in front of all your friends and family, your teachers, seeing your eyes roll back in your head. No one wants to get embarrassed in front of millions of people. So we train to do the things that no one wants to do. That's what makes great fighters.
I know it sounds dramatic, but it really isn't. Me putting this fight out there puts me in a vulnerable position. So the least you can do is drop a like, right? And I say vulnerable position is because when you put your fighting clips online, someone who's never fought before and would never fight before always has something to say because they're an expert. Like I've seen people telling the current light heavyweight champion and one of the best kickboxers of all time, Alex Pereira, to keep his hands up. It's like he would whoop you with his hands down, so calm down and be quiet. Okay, so now what is the backstory of this fight? So it was like a Wednesday, which was sparring day, and I went into the gym, just wanted to get some kickboxing sparring rounds just to improve, right? But when I walked in the gym, my coach asked me to give this fighter, which we'll call Billy, a round. Because he had a fight either that weekend or the weekend after, which is actually the entire point that the fight got recorded. I was like, sure, because if you say no, you're kind of a wimp. So I had to say yes. Because he wanted me to give him an MMA round. And at this point in my life, which was a year and a half ago, that's when this fight happened, I had zero grappling and zero jiu-jitsu experience. Like I'm talking about, I've never been to a class or anything before. And I went into the gym looking for a kickboxing fight, but I was like, all right, whatever, we'll do it. But I was pretty confident because I had sparred Billy before, and I'm just telling you the truth here, I whooped him when we did kickboxing sparring. Like so bad that my right hand was actually hurting after the round. So obviously I was nervous about the takedowns. I was also worried about my cardio because at that point my kickboxing cardio was bad, and I actually been in the cage and fought once before and I had gassed out. So you'll notice in this video I'm not throwing anything 100%, even though we were allowed to, as this was supposed to replicate an actual fight because he was fighting again within the next 2 weeks. Only difference was we had bigger gloves on so we wouldn't hurt each other. And we were roughly the same size. At this point, I was actually my most aesthetic I'd ever been. I was around 163 pounds. This is what I look like in natural lighting with no angles, pretty much everything against me, and I look this shredded. From the abs to my shoulders to my face, which is why I'm excited to announce that Tish Hanley is sponsoring today's video. They help men start and maintain a skincare routine by simplifying the entire process. Honestly, it's the best skincare routine for guys like you and me. I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which comes with all the basics. A daily face wash to get rid of that dirt and grime on your face. A 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of those dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you'll always be protecting your face against the sun. And a PM moisturizer to keep your skin hydrated and healthy throughout the night. My favorite part about Tish Hanley is every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order, which seriously comes in clutch. They really make the process of achieving and maintaining great skin super easy. Their products have made my skin look and feel better than ever, but what's awesome is you don't even just have to take my word for it, because they have over 7,000 5-star reviews from happy customers around the globe. In addition to amazing skin, Tish Hanley members get tons of benefit, including 20% off the retail price, the ability to customize your own box, exclusive monthly deals which you can pause or cancel at any time, plus free US shipping. And because Tish Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an awesome deal. Just click the link down below to get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. Don't miss out on this amazing deal. Click the link and get started today. All right. About to hop into the fight. Real quick things, I'm gonna say them again, even though I'm pretty sure I just said them. This was a year and a half ago. I had zero wrestling experience, zero BJJ experience. This guy was a grappler and a wrestler who was preparing for his fight. It was either that weekend or the weekend after, which is the entire reason this fight was being filmed. I was a pure striker, and I believe we were roughly the same size. But anyways, let's hop into it. Keep there. Outside leg kick is
nice.
One of my favorites. Those really add up. They don't look like they hurt, but trust me, they hurt. Partial leg, land with the jab. Outside kick again. Take it. They'll probably add on that. Partial into the kick. He kind of hit me off balance.
Keep that hand glued to your head.
Here I'm setting something up. Boom.
Nice kick.
We'll go back to it. So you'll see here, I'm about to shift my foot. You see my front foot is looking straight. This was my money kick when I did Taekwondo, was the side kick, the front leg side kick, which is why I fight southpaw, because I'm just so used to fighting southpaw for my Taekwondo days. You'll see my foot, I changed right there. I changed my foot from going more vertical to horizontal because it's easier to land that kick. And right when I throw the one out there, he's gonna throw the two, boom. Right there, that is about sternum. The sternum hurts. That hurt him. if you could see his face, you could see it hurt. It was a great land on the kick.
Nice.
I typically like to land it on the stomach, but there I landed it on like the chest area, which still hurt, but I set that up exactly how I wanted
Nice kick.
to do it, and that's the benefit.
Crowd him against the wall. Use the wall.
Well, here he shoots.
Nice.
At this point here, I am acting pure off of instinct. I have never grappled before, but I'm going for underhook because that's all I know. Everything else is instinct from just watching MMA. So you guys can give me tips on what I should do.
Use the wall. Finish the takedown. Good, Mario.
I'm just going with the flow. And then here, everyone is coaching him because he's fighting soon. They're not coaching me. The head coach was like, good, because I'm defending it well, but they're all coaching him because he had a fight.
Stay relaxed. You got
Relax.
Going. Just stay up on your feet. That's the goal.
There you go. There you go. There. Keep driving it.
There he was trying to pick me up, but because I'm stronger than him, because I do athletic bodybuilding, is literally my glute strength from my deadlifts and my squats and my hip thrusts. I'm able to extend my hips, so instead of being able to pick me up, I'm fighting it by bringing my legs down like that.
Now drive in. Post and bump.
So they're coaching him.
You can drive in. Now hook with your left leg.
They're asking to hook with the left leg. You see, he hooked with the right leg.
Hook with the other leg. That'll work too. That's okay. Nice, kid. Keep that hand up.
That was a pretty big shot. We'll go back to it. So here I think it's a whizzer, so he doesn't get my back. It could be the wrong arm, but he's trying to get me.
Hook with the other leg. That'll work too. That's okay. Nice, kid. Keep that hand up.
So as soon as I landed that hook, he did the thing where a lot of fighters do is with they smile and nod their head because that hurt. I had that loaded. That's my strong side. Just landed a big hook. I could have landed it more on the chin, but I mean, we're using big gloves. So like obviously I won't be able to land on the chin. Also, FYI, we're supposed to be hitting each other 100%, but we're using big gloves and like shin guards and stuff like that. So yeah, I landed a big hook there. And I could tell it hurt him. Outside kick, those add up.
Timing. Keep him guessing. You got to mix it up.
Him. Maybe little tips for me would be nice.
Breathe.
So here I'm just not striking with him because I'm worried about my play. Landed a big cross there, so I'll go back. You'll see here that I'm moving this side. I plant my foot, explode off the back foot, and land the cross. And then we both go for hooks at the same time. I glanced him, he didn't glance me. Just
Step outside and throw that right hand.
So, get this video not on YouTube.
There he had me. We'll go back to it.
Step outside and throw that right hand.
So I mean, it's sloppy striking from him. But anyways, he had me there and I shelled. He could have shot there or he could have kept going. But we sparred before, so he's aware that I did have the striking advantage. He would even tell you that. I'll tell you he had the wrestling and grappling advantage because that's just obvious. But there I should have done a hook to go out this way, which was a check hook, which is something I like to do to get out of the pocket. But I didn't, but I shelled up and just didn't take advantage of it. So now I'm just trying to move.
Not.
I launched a body kick. You see here?
It's okay.
Launched body kick. And I don't think he did it on purpose, but maybe he did. Timed it.
Nice.
And I actually got protected by the wall there.
Nice.
Here he has the takedown.
Finish it.
But you'll see, my glutes, I'm literally pulling my legs down and my hips down like that, so you can't pick me up.
That's okay.
You cannot pick me up. You guys might be thinking, it's because he has gloves on. I'm telling you right now, the fights that were happening that day, people were getting ragdolled. After I left the cage, people were talking about how great my takedown defense was, and it was all strength. This is what I talk about building athletic muscle because you're able to do this.
It's worth it.
All of this
drive.
is strength. It's nothing to do with technique, unless you guys who are grapplers can tell me it's technique. But all of this is instinct. I don't know what I'm doing. He's trying to
use your legs, hook and drive.
He's trying to pick me up, but
there you go. Keep bumping.
Down.
Bump and snatch.
I've defended this takedown.
Nice.
Could not get there. If I sprawl here, sprawl means I get my legs back. I'm okay. But because of my lack of experience with grappling, I don't do that.
Nice. There you go.
So if you're watching and haven't grappled before, you're in the same position as me. What do? I have no idea what to do here. So I'm guessing.
Go.
So I'll run you through what I'm doing here. So I have no idea what I'm doing here from my legs to my head to my arms. What I'm doing here.
All right.
Instead, so what I should have done here is I could have turned to my side, tried to get my feet on his hips or gotten butterfly guard, which is inside of like the groin. But instead,
Now you got a minute. Let's see
I'm
some.
holding his head because I don't know what to do. So I'm holding his head right there. I hold his head because I don't know what to do. So I mean, right here, instead of like getting into full guard, I'm just holding his head. So all he has to do is
Let's
shift
soften him up with some punches.
and he mounts me. That's what I'm saying. I had no experience with grappling. If I let him mount me like nothing. And if you know anything about grappling, for those of you who don't, this is like one of the most advantageous positions.
Active,
mounted me.
active
So he missed the punch
recovery.
there.
Okay, we're
active.
active. We're moving.
Punching. Also, what I did wrong there, you can see my glove all the way up here. He could armbar me if he was
Moving. Mario,
here,
you just
instead of bumping
your-
him, I just give him my back.
Don't give up your back.
Which he told me not to give him my back. That's the last thing I did mount. I just gave him my back because I just had no idea what to do. Because I had never grappled before.
Compose yourself. Catch your breath.
Now he's trying to trap my arm.
Mario, don't let him get that trapped. Don't let him get trapped.
So the coach is actually giving me tips. He said, don't let him get the trap. I remember this situation. I didn't know what he was talking about when he's trying to get my arm. So here he has my arm trapped. I eventually get it out. So I'm okay here, right? I can be able to avoid this, especially with
Life's
gloves.
tough with big gloves.
I can't really grip. The only thing I know with defense here is
Nice.
I was just smacking his head.
Nice.
So there he gets the choke. I tap early because as a white belt, you're told to tap early. I tapped early, but he had it. He had the choke. So luckily for me, the fight is not over yet, though.
Good work. 10 seconds left. Come on, finish strong.
The fight's not over. Touch. Boom.
Jesus. Calm.
Okay, just listen to the head kick.
Jesus. Calm. Break.
And then we finished the fight. But if you guys didn't see this, I remember some bodybuilder who
10 seconds
saw
left.
this
Come on.
defense told me that I was punching with my hands down. Have you seen someone punch with their hands up? No.
Finish
And
strong.
I also did the Leon Edwards combo, which is pretty badass. But it's not really the Leon Edwards combo. People have been doing it for a long time now, but it's essentially the Leon Edwards combo. So I'll show you exactly what it is. We kept there. You could maybe argue that like I went a little fast after the touch, but in the moment, when I was actually fighting him, it felt like a sufficient amount of time. I'll let you guys know that. But you can make an argument that I probably could have waited an extra second. But as soon as I kick, you can see he's already reacting. So you'll see that this hand here is supposed to disguise a cross. So when I cross, you can see he's slipping the cross out toward this side, which is technically what he's supposed to do. But I set it up to throw the left high kick. And when I throw the left high kick, I'll let you guys know this. I threw that high kick less than 50% because I'm not going to throw a high kick to hurt someone. And I had known that I just got subbed. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to throw a high kick. So I threw the high kick with enough power to where I could get my foot up, but I wasn't trying to hurt the guy. And luckily I did, because you can see right there, that landed probably bottom of my shin to the chin. Right there. And you can hear that. And then my coach, listen to my coach.
Jesus.
It was that hard. So let me go over it one more time. And then I'm actually going to go over Leon Edwards' head kick.
Jesus. Calm.
But anyways, I disguised the two. He's just not looking at me. I don't know why he's not looking at me, but he's just not looking at me. He slips the two, so he doesn't even see the kick coming. If I had not had gloves on, because if you ever kick before, you have gloves on, it's going to slow down your kick and make it softer. If I didn't have gloves on, or like smaller gloves, no shin guards, and threw that 100%, that's a knockout. I promise you guys it's a knockout. Some of you guys might say it's not, but like shin to the chin, full power. I've shown in this video that I'm pretty strong, especially relative to my body weight. I've got power. That landed clean. He didn't see it coming, so he wouldn't be able to brace for it. That's a KO. All right, so my kick was exactly like Leon Edwards. So just like Leon, I'm putting the left arm out there not to actually throw the cross, but it's a dummy. It's a fake. So obviously the guy, like Usman here, parries, and the guy I was fighting did the same thing as Usman. He gets his head off the center line, which leads them to leaning right into the left high kick and getting the KO. Shout out to my buddy Leon Edwards. All right, so let's just say I won the fight. That's my ego getting away, but I know he subbed me, but that head kick would have KO'd him, let's be honest. Plus, if you take away his best moment versus mine, let's be honest, I won that fight. But that's just my ego getting in the way. You guys are the real ones who actually will judge the fight, so leave your comments in the description. Let me know what you guys thought. But again, that was a year and a half ago, and I do want to answer a question I always get all the time, which is, Mario, would you actually ever do an actual fight? And my answer to that is, I don't know. With YouTube boxing now, which is absolutely garbage, nobody likes it really, and the only thing that people get is that the people who are fighting do it for clout. I wouldn't want to do that, plus it's boxing. I think you guys already know I'd rather do kickboxing or MMA. I do like the concept of getting my competitive nature back and like doing a fight camp and preparing for something like this, but people don't realize you never choose fighting, fighting chooses you. Like with Leon Edwards, fighting chose him because that allowed him to get off the streets and he happened to become a UFC champion. The Diaz brothers always talk about how they hate fighting, but it keeps them out of trouble. You never choose fighting because you don't play fighting. You can play basketball or tennis, but you never choose fighting. And a fight's a fight, but I don't know what my future holds. I don't know if I'll ever get an offer to do so, and I wouldn't say no, which is why I say I don't know. But we'll see in the future. Right now I'm okay being the guy who attacks the fitness matrix, the founder of athletic bodybuilding, and Leon Edwards' best friend. Well, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time.